Hi healing homies, welcome to another reading. We are currently out of town at a place called the Hideaway, so I thought I would pull some cards for the energy of the Hideaway. Whatever that means to you, take what resonates and fits in with your life puzzle and leave the rest behind for someone else. Please do not force this reading to fit. And we're only welcoming in the most qualified for the message and showing up with love. So let's see what we get. And we have Wolf Spirit Family with number 51. We have Aspen Spirit with Courage, number 3. And we have Fire Spirit Energy, number 17. And on the bottom we have Bee Spirit with Prosperity. So very, very good energy from the Sacred Forest Oracle card deck. I love it. Just have a look at all of them together. I feel like there is an energy coming through with this, the Hideaway being the intention of having the courage to step forward in your true energy around your family members and whoever you identify as family. That could be like soul tribe or yeah, like I said, whoever you identify. It could be the animal kingdom, it could be the forest, it could be nature, it could be a river that's in your family, or it could be family. So it is kind of taking that courageous step through where you're dropping some masks, where you thought you had to show up a certain way in your family's dynamic, and perhaps there's space for you to be a bit more flexible or to hand over the reins for a little bit, while you let this fire energy kind of rumble and grumble in a kind of peaceful, courageous, compassionate energy for yourself. It could be also talking to a feeling of like you're being reborn, it's like parts of old things that don't suit you or serve you anymore are being like burned away. The sun's just shining, so we're gonna let it shine. No complaints there, right? Yeah, fire spirit. So courage. What does courage mean to you? What does that look like? Is that maybe allowing yourself to be a bit more vulnerable with your family and get some things off your chest? And these could be things from the past, things that bother you or trigger you, and just being able to communicate that in an energy that is respectful to you, respectful to your family, and what you're wanting to see more of in life. So yeah, this is the reading's kind of theme, I guess, is the courage to show your energy and communicate your energy's needs to those you call family. And that is 100% either the people of this earth or the earth itself. You can communicate to nature and animals just like you can to your family. And if you live alone, communicate to your encanto, your house. Talk to it. How's it feeling? Does it need anything? Because you aren't alone in the Hideaway. There is life buzzing around you wherever you are. So allow it to buzz, buzz, buzz. And because those are little messages for you to prosper with, right? With the bee spirit on the bottom. So there is some change here in how you're wanting to handle life when it feels like it's stinging you, and you're wanting to cultivate more of that honey goodness. So we are going to clarify with the Enchanted Map Oracle, please, Spirit. Where is this energy leading the healing homies? Is it moving them through a certain aspect of life? Like this castle I'm seeing is in ruins. So it makes me feel like maybe there's a bit of a story there for someone about coming from a growing up in a castle that appeared to be a castle, one where, you know, the princesses and princess lived, and maybe that meant you had wealth of some type growing up. But however, you saw through that, and you saw, you know, the breakdown of the castle and like the truth of it, what was behind. And maybe it wasn't like overpowering, you still lived in a castle and there's still gratitude there, but it is kind of like, why don't we talk about the ruins? What's weird? Why you having the courage to move through shame of like ruins in the family's castle or whare, and you wanting to transform that here. And it's like kind of part of your life path as like the person and the family member to be like, whoa, hang on, it's all good to talk about this, it's all good to change, it's all good to allow growth, and allow wisdom to come through with the ruins, whatever they mean to you, whether that's kind of like a shame to be seen in your pajamas or in your trackies, or if you want to take it, or if it relates more deeper than that, like a deeper shame about being seen by a certain social group is to not having your shit together. And it's like, well, that's part of the human experience, so let's talk about that. Yeah, so very courageous energy coming through, and you've got you know, you got the supports around you to be able to have this courage, so long as you're communicating your fire and your passion in a manner that you would communicate it to your loved ones, to your dear ones, because that's how you're going to be heard. If you just bring the fire and the what if and what the hell and why didn't we talk about this, we're not going to receive the transformation you're looking for. Yeah, so let's clarify. On family, we have 16 rescue. Interesting. Yeah. And on courage, we have spirit of place. Number 4. Yeah, so you're bringing the spirit back into this castle, whatever that means for you. The spirit of change, the spirit of courage, the spirit that sees the beauty in the ruin, the beauty in the not the beauty in the shame, but like there's a beautiful understanding in your energy of why the shame exists for your family's line, and you want to be like, you want to take that baton and be like honored to carry it, but still respecting that your energy is your energy, and that's actually kind of for them to figure out. You're just here to breathe back life into a certain aspect of your home life. And then on energy, we have deep freeze. Okay. Yeah. So someone in your family line, or maybe it's you as well, maybe you're coming out of a period where your fire was frozen. This could pertain to being around people who had anger issues and they were quite abrasive, disruptive with it. They didn't know how to channel their anger through a means of passion and love and warmth, because it is fire energy, right? So perhaps you had the deep freeze, you froze your lion didn't want to roar because it was scared of what was going on, and it didn't want to. It's kind of like this misunderstanding of that's what anger is. That's not what anger is. That's what anger looks like when it is dis-ease in the body, a dis-ease in the soul. There is many ways to communicate anger and to I won't say medicate it, but I mean medicate in whatever way that means. It could be going for a walk, you know, that all that shit. But I want to come back to this deep freeze card, because if you didn't have, you know, the angry person in the house, perhaps you had the victim of the angry person in the house, who was just frozen by the anger and who just pleased and fawned and catered to this person's fire, their anger, and in part they froze their protector mode and you were not protected from this anger. However, there is a reason it's coming up now, because either part of you was frozen and it's wanting to come through, or yeah, someone around you is waking up, waking their fire up. But if that's you, you could be coming out of a period of even like feeling really low, really heavy in your body. And yeah, let's get back to this rescue card, right? So who's being rescued in the family? Who are you rescuing? Because your family needs you to be able to rescue yourself and role model how one does that, how one rescues themselves from the blazing fire of glorious anger that just wants to bite people's heads off, but you're aware you need to channel it somewhere else and maybe create something or destroy something that no longer serves. And I mean, like, yeah, yeah. There is an art to being able to add value where you go, and adding value to your family in the way that we respond to being the victim or being the perpetrator to someone else's hurt is how do we view that? How do we let that go? How do we change that dramatically? And I feel like with it being number 16, which is the same number as the Tower card, right, in the tarot, it's pretty massive, the energy that you could bring to your family line by just looking after your own needs, tending to your own fire and understanding it on a deeper level, and what you've been through with this card coming through. Honoring that yourself is really, really important, because this lion's protecting the spirit of place, and that's what your gentleness and the gentleness is encouraging your courage. It's not the lion encouraging your courage. It's this wanting to bring healing and peace to the fallen ruins of the castle. Okay. So yeah, there's a balancing act going on here, because you want to live in the present moment with your family and be present with them, and have the medicine of the present moment where you get to see those around you not be affected by what you're affected by, but then acknowledging that you're still being affected by something in the past and taking time to balance and sit with that and release that energy, create something out of it if that aligns, because there's some healing to be done there. And I hope this reading helps you with that, because that is the intention. Okay, let's get the tarot out. Very cool message, in my opinion. My humble opinion. Okay, let's clarify spirit for the Healing Collective. It could also, this family to rescue, it could be like an expectation that you had as a child of being rescued from the ruins of the castle that you felt. And, you know, there could be some idealism where you were able to watch movies and things where people got rescued and you're kind of like, is someone gonna come rescue me? Where's the happily ever after? Or even like just this hope. I'm hearing police sirens. It's like hearing the siren and hoping that maybe that's a hero coming to save you from the situation you're in, and then them just kind of driving by. You're gonna be the one that doesn't drive by yourself anymore. Okay, you have the resources, you have the expanded awareness, you have the knowledge to be able to hold this part of yourself that wanted or needed rescuing as a child. Or maybe you were trying to rescue an adult who was just really unhappy in the world. Okay, clarifying with the tarot, we have number 15, temptation, with the devil coming through on family and rescue. Victim mentality. We can really tap into that energy and it take us further away from healing, you know, keep us in, like, if we're, one second. If we're coming out of a energy where we were like waiting to be rescued, really wanting to be rescued, wanting to have that person to bring the good vibes, that good energy, where you just had to exist and you could feel their love, and we're moving to a, oh shit, I'm identifying that what I went through was traumatic, was abuse, was hard and hurtful and damaging to my heart at the time, but now, and then the devil coming in makes me feel like maybe we got stuck in a bit of that victim mentality where we didn't want to be the one waiting to be rescued, so we'd rather be the victim and would stay the victim. Like, we learn about being the victim, and while we're the victim, we'll keep ourselves there. This reading is for you to move out of that victim mentality into like the wisdom and building your own castle now. Okay, you don't want to be building it with victim bones, you want to be building it with like courage, the what's that word, I can feel it but I can't say it. It's like overcoming, the energy of being able to overcome that and recognize that, yes, I was a victim in this, but today I stand here with courage and my spirit still intact. And fucking props to you for having your spirit still intact. There may be some of us that we had to sacrifice our link to spirit in order to stay in the family, and that felt like a piece of you dying, and maybe you coming out of the victim mentality is having that kind of come back in, that energy of having your higher self present, of being the mother to the maiden inside of you, or the father to the inner child, whatever resonates to who you are, right? So yeah, big opportunity here for you guys. On Aspen Spirit Courage and Spirit of Place, we have triumphant success, yo. That's you coming out of the hideaway of the victim, going, fuck yeah, this is the sword that I was making while I thought I was breaking. Oh, sorry. That's so good. So yeah, clear comms, yeah, a clear communication from your higher self coming through, like, just remember who you are, man, on a spiritual level. Yes, this earthly body's experience shit, this earthly mind tries to narrate it. You are not your mind, you are your heart and your soul, okay? And you're going to be cutting through the bullshit. Or we might not want to call it bullshit, we might want to call it product of what you went through. But yeah, it's time to cut through what doesn't serve you and allow yourself to step into your reconnection or strengthen that connection again with spirit, okay? This can also just represent Archangel Michael as well, coming in as your protector. He is a great source to call in, especially if you're new to the journey, old to the journey. Whoever you are, he is just such a reassuring presence, and asking him to come through and clear away any ties daily, every day, every night, to protect you and your space as you work through whatever you're working through. And on fire, spirit, energy, and deep freeze, we have number 6, memories of love. There's the nostalgia. There's those little flames of courage that you had as a child that may have been snuffed out, and there are your adult hands, your higher self's hands, holding them now and protecting them. And like, they're gonna come through. They're gonna be blazing soon enough if they are looked after the way they should have been in the first place. So yeah, some nostalgia here, some looking back in the past, and integrating it into the present moment. So just be gentle with yourself with this energy, and just envision those hands holding your spirit, the hands of your higher self, or if that doesn't resonate at the time, the hands of like an angel, a deity, a goddess, a god, whatever, a character. Even if you've got a character that you just really feel safe with and you watch the show for comfort, call them in. You are the leader in your journey now. You ain't trying to trail along after somebody else trying to help and rescue them. You're turning around to embrace yourself. So that's so beautiful. Okay. All right, healing homies. I love this message. It's a beautiful, beautiful message. So I hope it finds you well. And we're going to end now with the Magical Spirit Oracle. What do we, the collective, the healing collective, need to know to close off this reading, Spirit, and help them transition back into the present moment, whatever that holds for them? All right, we have a flyer. Number 26, The Mirror, Self-Reflection, Writer and Big Picture. She's reading a book that says, "Did you forget all you had to go through to be you?" Number 26. Okay. I'm going to read this one from the book. So, number 26, The Mirror, Self-Reflection, Writer, Individuality, Big Picture, Affirmation Spell. I honor the full book of my life, every chapter I write. Sorry, I need to say that again. I honor the full book of my life, every chapter that I write. I honor the full book of my life, every chapter that I write. I have to say something about that, don't I? It's like you've felt to some point in your life at some stage that you were kind of like a character in somebody else's show, and you had to look and present a certain way or say certain things, or you were known because you were super lovely or super nice, so you could never be mean, or you could never be angry, or you could never be upset because you were the nice one that was all you were seen for. And you want to be seen by all of you, the whole book, not just the chapters that were written for you, that were scripted for you. Fuck that. That's done. That is done. Okay, here we go. The author, the story, the mirror, seeing our full self, not just parts. It can be so easy to get lost in one chapter or one page of our life. But remember, we've got a whole book going on and so many more pages to go. Focusing too much on details can cause us to lose our grasp on where we are. This can cause us great inner turmoil. Zooming in too close to our life can make us feel that we are not doing enough, haven't done enough, are not enough. We feel unworthy or lose sight of our main goal, to find wholeness and fulfillment by living our dharma and unique purpose. To overcome our unique obstacles and receive sacred gifts of transformation at different checkpoints in life. It doesn't happen at once. We are doing this for the long game. Have you forgotten that all you have already been through and overcome just to get to this point? Have you forgotten all that you have already been through and overcome just to get to this point, the chapter you are currently in? So much has happened and you have grown so much, you just can't see it. Don't skip ahead. Enjoy the chapter you're writing now. This card can be a positive omen that something soon will happen to unlock more character development within you. That is something that leads you to a deeper knowledge of who you are meant to be. Something that helps to bring you home to who you are. It could be a moment of realization, or even simply a personality trait of yours that is alchemizing into something greater. Manifestation Enhancer. Adopt a zoomed out perspective on your life every now and again, especially when you feel behind, unworthy, or lost. Look at your whole self in the mirror. Remember to be patient and that there is a bigger picture to all of this. Imagine your life as though it is a book, remembering that you have so many more pages to fill. You are becoming more you with every day that passes. I love that. It's a beautiful ending oracle. And the mirror is so, like, another way, that's your message. So if you want to just leave it there, leave it there. It's nicely tied up. But I just want to also speak to like looking at our soul brothers and our soul sisters as mirrors, or our family as mirrors. Like, sometimes those things that agitate and irritate us are a gift from our family. if I'm serious, like a gift from our family to help us to become more ourselves, to help us know where the unhealed woundings are, or where the scar tissue that's itching that just needs to be recognized is. And yeah, just be aware, you choose who is your sacred mirrors in your life. So that is not meant to be like a you choose it. It's more like that's liberating. I choose the mirrors I heal with. I choose the mirrors I heal with. But also mirror work with just yourself as well is very important when you're connecting to all of you, your wholeness. So amazing. Okay, healing homies, that is what I have for you today. Happy healing. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them down below, and I'll see you next time.